What's up, guys? Good morning. So in today's video, we're going to be addressing something that a lot of Chevy trucks have a problem with, and that is their infamous front axle seal leak. So first thing I did, went to the parts store this morning, got those axle seals. Next thing, we're gonna go over to the shop, and then we're gonna start pulling the diff out. All right, so got the truck here, got my axle seals, got my coffee, and we're about to get this thing all done up. So it's been about 20 minutes or so. These GMs, they're actually pretty simple to pull the diff. I already have the axles. Axles are separated, spacers pulled out, front drive shaft also unhooked. This is for your actuator for the four-wheel drive. That is unplugged from there. And the breather hose up there as well is taken off. So it's pretty much ready to pull. It's just these two there on that, and then you have two right up there beside the axle. Now I was worried this was going to be quite a pain to get out of here, because with the lift kit you add this cross member in here, whereas normally you have a cross member up here and it's a bolt in, and it's 4 bolts and it pulls out right out the bottom. I was worried I was going to have to pull this, which would mean unbolt your lower control arms and pull those. But it's looking like I do have enough room in between the rack and this cross member to tilt it and hopefully get it out. I guess we'll find out. Worst case, I guess I'll have to pull this cross member, but it's looking like I should be able to get away with leaving it in. Time. So this actually turned out a lot better than it would on a stock truck. You actually have a lot of room. If you just take the diff and you rotate it like this, so your pinion is at the top, it pretty much comes straight down. There's actually a ton of room in there. So next thing that's going to happen is these shafts, in theory, they're supposed to just pound out. This one usually does. This one usually isn't so cooperative, so this one you sometimes end up having to split the case right here in order to get it disengaged and or fix the clip from getting bent from when you pull it out. So I'm gonna start on this side, get this one done, because that's the main leak. That one's real bad. And then I will do a little bit of research and then move my way to this side. I've only done this a couple times, and both times I've pounded it out and ended up bending the clip inside of here, having to split this apart, straighten the clip, put it all back together and reseal this. So I'm hoping to not have to do that, but I'm thinking that's probably gonna happen. So I guess we'll just keep trucking on and see what happens. So this is what it looks like once you get the seal out and the shaft out. Like I said, the shaft just comes out. It has this little notch in the end here, slides into a clip that's inside the case. What I do, you just hit it out. And then this is the old seal. Looks a little beat up just because I had to refone it pretty good to get it out. But yeah, and then new one, just pound it in straight and then stick your axle back in and hit it a couple times with a rubber mallet and it should seat. Then we'll move on to the passenger side. And there's what the new seal looks like installed. You basically just hit it in until it bottoms out. It's a little bit past the edge here, which is where the old one sat. And then these ones have a machined spot inside so that it bottoms out when it's in there. And then I cleaned this up, so it's ready to go back in. And then one thing you always want to do with seals is get some sort of lubrication and just lubricate the inside of this so that when it does start spinning, it gives the seal something to ride on, some sort of lubrication, so it doesn't burn out the seal right away before the oil can get to it. So you could use like a grease, you could use Vaseline is something that some people use, something that will last longer than oil. So I'm going to get a little bit of grease, rub it in there, and then on the shaft in here. Time for another update. So the best way to do this, I suppose, is pull your 5 bolts around here. That sits there. And then you're going to pull this piece of the diff out. This piece that has the actuator in it. And once you pull that out, you're going to have that, which is part of the actuator. Actuates 4-wheel drive. That just slides right out. Then there's this that sits in there. That sits there, and then you have this C-clip, and then that rides on that groove right in there. So basically you pull that C-clip out, then you get your magnet, pull this out, and then the axle will come out. I'm not going to pull it out now, but it'll pull out, and then you do the exact same thing to put the seal in as I did on the other side, and then reassembly is the exact opposite, obviously. So I'll do that right now. And just like that, she's all back in one piece. Like you saw in the video, just kind of cleaned up these surfaces a little bit, got the old gasket out, and just got some red sealant in there. Nothing too special, all came apart exactly how it went back together. So I'll do a little bit of cleaning up on it, get some of this dirt and old oil residue out of the way, and then throw it back up in the truck and make sure 4-wheel drive works. Just like that, the diff is back in the truck. CVs are bolted back up, actuators plugged in, breather hose plugged in, front drive shaft also done up. Just gotta clean up the skid plate and then throw that back on. Check the fluid level and then just test out the 4-wheel drive, make sure it still works. And other than that, that's about it for this process. It's not too bad of a job. Took me probably 2 hours total, but I've done a couple before. If it was your first time, maybe 3-4 hours. You could probably do it in an afternoon, assuming nothing goes wrong. Having a hoist also helps a lot, but it can be done on the floor. So I just tested out the 4-wheel drive, the 2 high, the 4 high, auto, 4 low. It all works perfectly fine. So that's gonna do it for this video. If you liked what you saw, like and subscribe. If this helped you, let me know in the comments, and we'll see you next time.